Hello, mathematical literacy learners. Welcome to Income Tax Lesson 4. In the previous lesson, we learned that how to use the first tax bracket formula. So today we're going to look at the second one, third and fourth, and they are similar to each other. So basically, what's happening now is we don't have just the 18%. We have an amount there, and then we have plus, then we have 26% of taxable income above 95,850 is equal to, then what I do is I copy the formula down. It's really long, so you have to make your handwriting smaller a little bit, not that much. And I copy it down by saying row number 2, here it is. So I'm going to copy it down. Row number 2, 35,253, 35,253 plus 26% of taxable income above 95,850. There we go. Now I've got it. See, you have to make your handwriting a little bit small. Okay, so it's where to fit in. Okay, so we're using tax bracket number 2 as for our next example. Okay, and then we said Amy, remember Amy said that Amy has a taxable income of 298,636 rand and 84 cents. All right, so if you take a look at Amy's taxable income, it's called taxable income, right? And then if you go there, there's a part that says off taxable income. Off means multiply. And then you're going to say taxable income. Then you're going to take Amy's taxable income and substitute it there. And then where it says above, you're going to put minus. And then you're going to place this amount here at the end where it is. So this one is multiply. Instead of off, we're going to say multiply. Instead of taxable income, we're going to take the taxable income for that particular person. And then we are going to substitute it there. And then instead of above, we're going to say minus. Hope this helps. Okay, so let's try it. So here's how you do it. You say is equal to 35,000 rand 253 plus, right, 26% of, now I say multiplied by, and then I say the amount of taxable income, which is in this case 298,636.84, and then I say minus instead of above, and then I just write the amount that's there at the end. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say these two go together, right? Make sure that these two go together because this percentage doesn't multiply income. It multiplies the answer between these two. So that's why I always make sure I put a bracket there so that I know that this is supposed to be calculated like that. Okay, so now we say 352.53 plus 26% is actually 26 divided by 100, right? And then you multiply that and then you say, okay, what is the difference between the two? We're going to multiply the percentage with the amount now. And that, my darling, is, you know, how you do this. Okay, so the next step now would be to multiply the percentage by that. So I say, what is 26 divided by 100? 26 divided by 100 is 0.26. Okay, I'm going to sort that out. 35253 plus, then I multiply this by this, which is 0.26, multiplied by 202,786.84, and then I say the answer there is 52724.5784. I'm not a fan of rounding off. You can, but I'm not. Then I add the 2. I just say plus 35253. And the answer is 87,977.5784. Now I can round off to 58,87977. Okay, so that is our income intakes that is expected to be paid by Amy. This is Amy. Okay, so Amy has to pay this amount of money, but then Amy is like, wait a minute, where are my rebates? So we go back to the rebates table and we say, how old is Amy? Let's say Amy is 26. So Amy is 26 years old, and therefore her rebates will be minus 14,067, and then she will be expected to pay 87,977.58 minus 14,067. She's 73,910.58. So that's how much she's expected to pay if she's 26. But what if that's done, right? But what if Amy was actually expected to pay 87,977.5784? Now, if 7858, I forgot, I'm rounding off there. Okay, so I just took that there before we did the rebate. So now I'm changing. I'm saying, nah, she's not 26, she's 66. Right? So we go back to the rebate and we say, we're going to minus 2. We're going to minus 14,067. We're also minus 7,700 Rand. Okay, so we say minus 14,067 minus as well as 7,713, and then we get our answer. So if she was 6 years old, she would pay, once you minus everything, it will be 66,197 rands and 58 cents. But I'm like, no. She's not 66. She's 76. We made a mistake. She's 76. So, okay, let's start over. She's expected to pay 977 before her rebates are calculated. And then now we're going to calculate her rebates when she gets to the age of 76. Okay, 76, she falls under tertiary. Remember, 76 tertiary starts at 75. Okay, so what happens? We minus 3 times. Minus 14,067 minus 7,713, and then minus this one for her age only, which is 2,574. And then you get your answer. And then you move on with your life. Okay, let's see how much. 64-year-old Mrs. Kumbi earns 426,305 rands annual taxable income. She pays 7.5% towards her provident fund. Calculate Mrs. Kumbi's annual tax. Do note that Mrs. Kumbi does not contribute towards a medical scheme.